Marilyn back again, and she's looking very summery still. It's
Yeah,
still okay over there, isn't it?
it is, and it's quite yes, it's grayer today, but it's still very warm. It's about 25 degrees,
Oh
so
my
it's
goodness.
nice. I was up there 6 o'clock this morning walking the dog.
Sometimes drops to 25 here. Oh no, it's about
Oh,
30.
stop! I know. I just it's just
No, don't do that.
no, I can't. I can't do that. I used to love it, but not anymore.
No, quite right too. Listen, things keep going from bad to worse in the dear old UK. That's saying one thing, but there are certain things that keep coming up or going down. Flags. And of course, we've been told that during the World Cup, we couldn't put the flags up in various constituencies throughout the United Kingdom. And can we say it's always the lefties? Sorry,
Always
lefties, I know we have a go, but it is always the lefties. Oxford were on steroids. And they
unbelievable.
say, yeah, 2 years in prison if you pull that flag
I
up.
know it's absolutely there's no room in the prisons, so it's absolutely
Yes.
bonkers. I mean, where's their national pride and spirit? I mean, it's ridiculous. And where was the other one? Were they taking them down in Portsmouth as well, or something? I mean, if me, I would actually put even more up.
Well, that's the answer, of course. Um, it's a nonsense.
They can't arrest everyone, you see, can they?
Well, no, but I tell you what, we've been digging and we've discovered something. And I thought this was only in the US. There are cities of sanctuary in the United Kingdom, and they're supported by odd charities, most of them coming from abroad. You get an award, a little stamp, if you're a city of sanctuary. And it means that if you feel sorry for any illegal immigrant and offer them accommodation or sustenance, whatever, then you get the stamp. And that's to be applauded. It's a very clever scheme.
What do they get? A stamp?
No,
What?
I mean, you get a stamp on the bottom of a letter saying that you are considered to be a city of
Oh,
sanctuary.
for goodness sake.
Well, I know, but this is, these are the progressives' ways of working. And don't forget it, as we keep saying, Marilyn, it comes all the way from nursery school. It's embedded into the system.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. All these attitudes haven't come on overnight. They've been
No.
building up for maybe sort of 30 odd years.
And it comes out in things like, oh, we can't hold a sports day because the temperature is 25 degrees
And
and you'll get
also,
hot.
we used to have, when I was teaching, so you're going back, many years now. I'm just trying to think, probably 30 odd years, when our questionable head teacher, who of course was an actual child abuser, I was horrified when we couldn't have a sports day when anybody won anything. And I said, well, this isn't fair, because some children, it's the only time they can shine is on a sports field, and they have to suffer all the time academically with somebody else always coming first or getting 90% or whatever. And this is the one time when they can excel. And now we're saying we can't have winners. And it all starts from there as well. That goes back 30 odd years. Easy, 30 years, 35 years probably, where, you had stations where you would do something like throwing a soft ball or something like that, or walking along a bench or something like that, to say you'd done an activity, but nobody won anything. I mean, it was ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.
I tell you what, some commentators are actually saying after the World Cup and England's performance, yes, Mr. Tuchel made a real boob there, but it was compounded by the fact that our very rich, cosseted footballers, maybe it was after the Gareth Southgate era, when it was woke like you'd never believe, but their attitudes were not grit.
No.
Up of a lip. They just, oh, they're attacking us now. Let's all go in defence. Now,
Well,
that's an extreme case, I know, but there might be some truth in it.
But that, he made a tactical error that we were one up, whatever, and then he brought on defenders, and he shouldn't have done. And I think if he brought on attackers, we could have won, because when we had the bronze award, that's exactly what he did, and we won. I couldn't believe the result, 6-4. God, and I was so pleased that Spain beat the Argies. What a filthy, disgusting team they are.
Yeah,
they played like street fighters, absolutely dreadful. And I know FIFA was looking into the way they behaved after the game.
Yes,
and it was just appalling. Absolutely, they should be banned. They should be banned.
Yeah, but let's admit it, they were far worse against the English team because they had hate in their mind.
Oh yes, yeah.
Venus.
Yeah. Oh yes, crazy, absolutely crazy. But I mean, certainly from the start, Spain played better. They had structure, and they just couldn't get the thing in the net, though, could they?
No. Well, if you look at the goal scoring of Spain, they're very technically good, but they need a Harry Kane, dare one say, to stick the ball away.
Bellingham. I think Bellingham's better.
Well, he's younger.
Yeah. But I think he scored more goals than Kane, didn't he, in the World Cup?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I think he's extraordinary. I mean, I really like him. But you can't tell me. I mean, the manager, you made the decisions. You brought the wrong people on. Suck it up and own it.
Yes. Talking about Jude Bellingham, he has attitude. And that can be good in certain circumstances, can't it? Whereas if you're all snowflakey...
No, he's not like that, because he said, didn't he, that they said they were pushing and shoving him or something, and he just pushed them and they fell over, and he said, I'm not going to apologize. If I get a fine, I do. I said, good for you, mate.
No. Listen, we've had complaints. We're too doom and gloom, so we're going to be less doom and gloom. Last one.
Who said we were doom and gloom? We have to be honest.
Well, it's what it is. But having said it, we're going to relieve the boredom, doom and gloom, and goody. And we've got a bit of a goody baddie here, because you think it's bad in the United Kingdom. One of the things that is very good about the United Kingdom, of course, is the toll-free motorways. We've always had toll-free. I know there's one around Birmingham.
Yeah, apart from the M6.
Well, yes, that's expensive. Never mind toll-free. But
and the one into Wales, that's right.
Over the bridge, yeah, you're paying for the bridge. That's not Ondo, but the rest is toll free. Now, would you believe? And this is unusual. Spain had lots of tolls on all the motorways until actually about 5 years ago, and then they suddenly took the toll off. Rejoice! But they left one toll on, which is just about 100 meters from our house. One thing I cannot stand is noise and road noise.
Me too.
And when I saw this plot of land originally, and I saw the motorway, I said, forget it. But the joy is the motorway actually goes through the rock at the side of our house. We hear nada. So that's good. But they've left this motorway stretch, which is about 55 and a bit miles. And if you are going, and a lot of people do this, travel from one side of the Costa del Sol to the other, you are paying nearly 40 quid a day.
Good grief.
So that's nearly 300 if you work every day, a pound a week. Now, you can't do that. They are rogues. Now, nobody has ever found out why they've not defranchised it. I think there's been a crafty deal with the constructors. They cannot defranchise it. But that is made worse in summer when everybody's down here.
Oh, goodness, yes.
And they double the fees. Imagine that, folks.
Do you pay road tax over there, though?
It's a sort of, but it's not as big as
so they have to get it on the tolls then, don't they, really?
Well, they had, but they don't, because the rest of Spain is free. It's just down here in this short stretch of road. Half there, we'll have him. We'll make him pay for coming down to the Costa del Sol. Right. So it's not all sweetness and light in this wonderful paradise of forest fires and whatever else we're going through. And the heat is incredible. we've got this famous dome which comes right the way from America. Blame America for everything. And it's not clear blue sky like it usually is in summer. It's very hazy and it keeps the heat in.
Yes.
And it's high humidity. So this happens every 10, 20 years, and you get a week of it. And we've had a month so far. The wind comes from the Sahara, which is only 12 miles away actually from here. And it's not the place to come, folks. And as we have been saying, stop being stupid. Why'd you come on holiday to southern Spain? You complain in Britain with high temperatures, and you come out here. Where's the joy? But there you go. Belgium. Oh, yes. Some sensible people are kicking off in Belgium, and it's called the sickness of Europe, because they've stopped flights by the Americans.
Oh,
yes, over to help Israel in particular, but so have many parts in Europe, including Sir Keir, ex-Prime Minister. That's a lovely phrase, isn't it?
And I feel lovely.
Yes, Chagos Islands. And he's still having to go there through Andy. More of that shortly. And they're saying, in fact, I'll quote you what he said. Now, this is a Belgian guy. That is how my country treats the only democracy in the region, referring to Israel, which is currently fighting an existential war on 7 fronts. That's true. A lot of people don't realize that. They're surrounded, not just to defend itself, but to defend Western civilization. That is also true.
That's true.
No, you can't fly over Belgium.
Yeah, no, that is true. It's a gateway, isn't it?
Yeah, you got it wrong, folks. And so does most of the EU.
I mean, I saw something about there were limited flights over, I think, was Spain one of them? I don't know. I can understand Qatar and Dubai, because that's ongoing still, isn't it? And Bahrain, you never know what they're going to be up to. But no, I didn't know about Belgium. That's interesting. Right.
Yeah, well, again, it's the left, the pro-Gaza lot.
Oh, of course. Yes. Yeah.
Something else which occurs to me that we've got to discuss, and I know you're aware of this, but it's a bit deeper than we both thought. There's a guy called Phelan McCare. He's does films and is an investigative journalist. So he comes from good stock in Ireland, born in Northern Ireland, moved to the south. And he was at the beginning of October the 7th in Israel and decided to interview a lot of the Israelis and get local witnesses and then make a stage play out of it and put it on in local theatres in Ireland, in New York. He's been stopped. Now, it goes on the whole time, this, because the pro-Gaza, pro-Palestinian lobby, you wouldn't believe how extensive it is. Through the United Nations, principally, they don't like Israel being mentioned. Ireland has now become the capital of anti-Semitism in Europe.
Good grief.
They've shut the theatres to this play. And yet, any pro-Palestinian group, and there are a number of them in Ireland that perform and sing outrageous songs, indeed same from the river to the sea, they're allowed to appear in theatres in New York. They're just as bad, but we all know about New York at the moment, and in Ireland. So the powers behind the various thrones in the various countries are very strong, and I don't think people realise what goes on.
No, I mean, I don't think they do. I don't think they really think about it, to be honest.
Well, no. Well, I mean, naturally we think of our own problems, but it's good to sit back and say, well, you've got problems too. And
I think that does sometimes. I know it's, sometimes you do. I did see photos of some migrants that were in Ireland yesterday. I saw, and I thought, oh yeah, of course you forget that they've got it as well, and everybody else has got it. You forget that it's not just us. So yeah, it can be a sort of a wake up call. You know, other people are struggling as well. You know,
some goody news for you, and we are blessed in the UK, especially in England. Even when we complain about, oh, they've not been built, these houses like they used to be built. They don't keep the heat out. I'm sweating and I can't breathe unless I have every window open and etc., etc. Well, there's truth in it, apparently. They're looking at Victorian homes and they see shutters up against the windows. They see canopies and awnings to stop the sun shining on the window. They see sash windows. Do you remember sash windows?
I do, and I remember them not always going up and down properly. You're getting them crooked.
They were a pain in the neck.
Absolute pain. Yeah, they were. Absolutely right.
They were loose and they let air in. And of course, we know hot air rises. And if you leave a little gap at the bottom, they're brilliant.
No, yeah, but you can open your window with an ordinary casement stay and the hot air goes out, doesn't it?
Well, a lot of these clever new windows, double and treble glaze, have got peculiar openings.
Well, yeah, I think this is the trouble. I think they're making houses so ecologically friendly.
Yes,
you can't. You know, people are absolutely sweltering in them. This last summer, people have been saying because they're so like closed in, and you can't get any. You see, where I live, it's in a cottage, so it's got really thick stone walls. All the walls are stone, so it does keep cool. It's lovely, and you get a nice breeze coming through. You know. And because it's a terrace cottage, you've also got the warmth, and because we've all got fireplaces, so you get the warmth in the winter.
You mentioned another very positive thing there, fireplaces. They're natural aerators.
Yes,
the draft goes up the chimney.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But you can come in on a hot day and you come into the house, it noticeably hits you how cool it is. You know, and if you keep the windows, we're very fortunate the way it's built, that you can get a through draft, you know, which is what you need. No, I don't envy people in the new builds, I have to say.
No, Victorian build and earlier were leaky by design. And if you look at, there's a famous brick in England called Accrington brick, and a lot of the houses in the north of the country, and they're as hard as you can imagine, but they don't half well insulate buildings. It's like going into the church. Go to church, folks. Make a difference. You'll stay cool in there.
We had an advert going around about 2 weeks ago saying, just come and sit in the church. We'll put on ice creams for you.
That's an idea. But
bring your dog down to the church. I mean, I did. I took the dog down there and sat her down in the cool because it was so much better, you know, and you've got the stone floors, so they get, you know, cool on that. It's been a nightmare keeping the animals cool. Absolute nightmare, but never mind. There's cooler now.
Well, it's cool.
I think it's all coming back again. I think it's all going to come back again.
Oh my goodness!
We're not quite at drought state at the moment.
Well, you've broken up, haven't you? The schools have broken up.
The school broke up last week. Yeah.
Well, it always rains. What's going wrong?
Oh, I know. I hope it doesn't the rest of this week, because I've got my Bermuda grandchildren coming over, so I've got to entertain them, and it's so difficult entertaining active children when it's raining. So, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping it's going to stay nice. I think it will. So we're not at drought state yet. We are on very, very dry areas, it's called. But it's like a tinderbox. If you if you dropped a match on the grass, it would go up like it has done where you are.
Indeed. Yes.
You know, it needs dampening down, really.
They've decided that this fire, which was horrendous, it was caused the traditional way by driver on said motorway throwing his fag end.
A number of times that happens.
Yeah, when you go up to the mountain and look down, clearly it started by the motorway.
Yeah, that happens here. I mean, it's dreadful. I mean, it's like when people go camping, isn't it? It's the same. But the throwing the fag end out the window is a classic one. I mean, how thoughtless, though. It's stupid, stupid people.
It-
We had the big fire in Portugal once, and that was started the same way. Someone coming down the A8 and just chucking a fag end out the window. And you think of the damage and the cost and everything it causes. It's dreadful.
It is, and people don't realise how dangerous it is with the wind in.
Yeah, absolutely,
country.
absolutely, yeah.
We learned this very quickly because when we first came again to Spain centuries ago, one of our little ones was playing with a bit of fire in the north of Spain by a cornfield, and it caught fire.
Yeah.
And I say, and everybody thinks, oh, well, a cornfield. Let me tell you, in 2 seconds, the cornfield literally had exploded.
Yeah.
It doesn't go slowly from one grass head to another. Corn is very dangerous. You've got to be careful on a ship how you store it, because the same thing can happen there. It's the husks, the dry bits, and it explodes. Boy, did we learn a lesson. Did he learn a lesson? My goodness me. But you can't outrun it.
No.
Not even in a car.
No.
It is that dangerous.
No, it is dangerous. It is. Takes a life of its own, doesn't it?
Yep. GB News. We're always congratulating you. Don't get everything right. Nobody does. But overall, well done. Just imagine if there was no GB News, there'd be...
what have they done that's so well?
Well, it's just that I think they're pushing it. Because if you go on their site and anybody else's site, they come up with news items.
Mm-hmm.
Telegraph, Guardian, Daily Mail, Mirror. But you try now doing it on GB News. We have mentioned this before, but it's got bad again. I thought they learned the lesson. They haven't. Anything that you really want to read,
I know.
You've got to pay £5, £10, £15.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, GB News, that is a mega turn-off. You don't pay anywhere as much as that. Well, you pay nothing with the Mail and other papers.
I do have to say, I think they did a very good. I thought they were very, very good yesterday with Andy Burnham taking up the reins. Poor Christopher Hope, he was there 7 hours recording. I put a thing out saying, I hope they're going to give you the day off tomorrow. He was standing there outside number 10 for at least that amount of time. And I mean, the positions and the, that he was handing out was going on quite into the evening, wasn't it? It wasn't done and dusted by 6 o'clock. He was still sort of putting in people in situ a bit, longer than that, up to 8 o'clock and more. I think it was 9. I went to bed. And when I woke up this morning, I still didn't know. I was keen to know who the Attorney General was going to be. And now she is the sister of Rachel Reeves.
Yeah, you couldn't write the script, could you? I mean, it's enormous. Oh, dear. You can't look. Obviously, people were congratulating certain things that weren't as bad as we thought, i.e. is the mad North Sea oil gentleman going to get the Chancellor's job. Thank goodness that didn't happen. But he's still there. Okay, it's a bit of a non-entity ministerial position.
Well, I mean, Yvette Cooper has been useless in every role she's got and never did anything. And now she's in Minister of Health.
Well, that's all right. It's already failed, hasn't it? So that's not going to make much.
Well, that's very true. That's very true. And I thought it was very funny, Ed Miliband being given Foreign Secretary. Well, that means he keeps him out of England a lot of the time.
Well,
but how's that going to fit in with his net zero? Because he'll be on planes, or he better start walking to France.
I think it's a very cunning move, that. And when he meets Trump, if he ever does, can you imagine what he's going to say? Yeah, I'm sorry, but you've still got a cabinet there with no business experience.
No, he's just rearranged the deck chairs on the Titanic, really. There's no, and I mean, what the hell does Wes Streeting know about the military since when he was a little boy, maybe playing with toy soldiers? I mean, he's got absolutely no experience. And I do think it's one of the appointments where you do need to have. I don't think it's essential, but I think it's helpful if you have had military experience. So I hope he's going to get people on his team who have had, because you can be education secretary. Well, we've all gone to school. You can be health secretary. We've all been to the doctor. We've experienced all these things. But for defence, I think there's only a small handful of people that could actually have that role. He's going to learn an awful lot. As I think, it was ever so funny though, with all this shenanigans going on and everything. The number of women that were poking fun at how Andy Burnham's wife looked. It was incredible how they were like, "Oh, you better stop eating the Manchester pies. Your dress doesn't fit. You're not quite the same shape as Victoria Beckham," because she was the designer of the dress. I thought it was a lovely dress. And I just thought, she's not a stick insect. She's a mature lady. I thought it was a lovely dress that she was wearing. But, I actually did feel sorry for her, because who knows what she would normally do on a day when,
shall I confess what my lady wife said as soon as she caught sight of her?
Go on, what did she say?
Is that his mother, she said.
Well,
I'm in trouble now.
I did think that once. I've only seen her once before, about last week, and that was with her hair up, down, and looking.
Well, she's had it put up now, and it looks not as good.
Oh, I'd say I quite like it, but I mean, I just think, yes, I don't know how old she is. She's Anne Marie something or other, isn't she? I don't know where she's from. But it was driven. The women on X were absolutely brutal. There's one woman that she spent 3 paragraphs writing why she shouldn't have worn this dress. Oh my God. There's 2 people I would never want to be married to. One is to a prime minister, because you are subject to all sorts of critique. And the other would be a vicar's wife. I would hate that, because everything you do or don't do is going to be scrutinized, isn't it?
It's under the looking glass. Yeah. Well, look, I mean, we've had a go at the cabinet, but let's give them a chance. But yeah. I don't really mean it. If you want to look into the depth of my heart, no, I don't think it will be any good at all. He's clearly stated, our new Prime Minister, he still regards trannies in ladies' dressing rooms and toilets. There's no problem with that, he says. I'm sorry, Andy, there is a problem.
There's a huge problem. And he didn't mention either in his speech, he didn't mention anything about migration. And we all know they want more of it. And the other thing is, if there's money needing, money is tight, how is he going to move number 10 to number 10 in Manchester onto a brownfield site where the building hasn't been built yet? How much is that going to cost? And you might not even be in power in 2.5 years' time.
He's going to move it to one of the Coronation Street facade houses.
But it's a brownfield site and it hasn't been built yet.
No, I know. I mean, it's might be all tied up with Manchester United. Everything's going, I'm going to say pear-shaped. Who knows? But it's our money. It's not their money, is it?
I know. I mean, and you think, well, you might not be in power. So what's the point? You can't assume you're going to come up with a 10-year plan. Well, what makes you think you're still going to be there in 10 years' time?
The betting odds are for an autumn election at the moment.
Really? You think so?
Well, it's what the bookies tell us, and they're not usually wrong. Who knows? It could all change.
I think unless he's got a stonking majority, at the moment, Reform are still overtaking, aren't they? But I would think if he got a really good majority, he might risk it.
Wait till August the 6th, when we have the Clacton result.
All right. Yes, that's true.
Not that it's going to tell us very much, but it depends on Mr. Bin, whatever he's called. Bin Laden, I call him. No similarity. Having said that, we've covered a bit more jolly stuff today. I hope everybody's pleased. And we've run out of time, all too early. It's gone. There you go. You can enjoy the next few days, and we'll come back with some more juicy bits. We have to tempt you. Some juicy bits coming up. All is not what it seems, folks. behind number 10 doors, even into the beautiful garden where Boris committed his sin with the cake and got removed. How many sins did Sir Keir commit? And he was still there.
Well, he was an abject liar, so I mean, that's got that one sorted. They said on the X today, name one word you would describe him. I said liar. There's so many that you could choose from.
Yes, that's a good idea. Party game. There you are. We'll leave it a party game. Sum that person up in one word. We're going.
All right, have a good week. Take care, everyone.